Hey guys. Oh. Boop. Hopefully. There we go. It is 4:08 p.m. and it's storming like crazy, and for whatever reason my stream health is yellow instead of green. Weird. Weird. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for. Just maybe about, I don't know, maybe an hour, probably a little less. We're going to be doing, we're going to be ordering food here. I'm so goddamn hungry. I'm so hungry. But how's everybody doing? Emperor Palpatine, Mr. Zach 7, Golden Eagle, Jacob. There's the stream health green. I have 600 credits. How about you have 600k credits? That's ridiculous. That's goddamn ridiculous. But welcome to the stream, one and all. I has pizza. What's up, Nolan Gaming and Raging? Master Greedo, sup? Dragaroth. What's up, Dragaroth? I'm hungry too. Me too. I don't know what I want. Maybe European Street. It's kind of like a sandwich place that has really good club sandwiches. I don't know what I want, guys. I'm craving a big-ass fucking club sandwich. Turkey, ham, bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheese. On rye? Or no, I'll do wheat. Oh my god. This is just going to be the food stream. Emperor Palpatine, thank you so much for the first super chat and first channel support of this live stream, man. I greatly appreciate that. The robot did not read it because you either forgot to type a message or you wanted to be a silent supporter. Either way, I greatly appreciate it, man. I truly do. I appreciate that. Make sure to spend your galactic credits wisely, Emperor Palpatine. I appreciate it, man. I will tell you that will probably go directly into my daughter's either diaper fund or future college fund. You just forgot to. No worries. No worries. I appreciate that channel support, man. I truly do. I just had breadsticks. That sounds crystal clear. 101. That sounds pretty good. My wife doesn't really like pizza. So we don't really have pizza that often. I love pizza. I don't like seafood, and she loves seafood, so it's good. It's good. It's good. I agree with what you said last video, Greedo. I still think Resistance is a show for kids, judging by the animation style and the voice acting, the Invictus Samaritan. Yeah, I mean, like I said in the video, you know, you watch a Pixar trailer and it looks silly, goofy, super juvenile, and kiddish, but those movies always resonate with adults. And it's you know, I just don't like the knee-jerk reaction of, this show is made for kids. Yeah, shit, sometimes things are made for kids. Like, what a surprise. The show that's made for kids, the guy who's now grown up doesn't like the way the show's gonna be. But, no, Invictus, I think it looks pretty fun, honestly. Like I said in my video, I really like the animation style. A lot of people seem to not like it, which is fine. But like I said in the video, it reminds me of Titan AE, Borderlands, and Scanner Darkly. Game Station 3. It looks like, first of all, well, let me cancel this game because I can't find anything. Game Station 3, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. It looks like the dislikes are outnumbering the likes on the Star Wars Resistance trailer. That's interesting. I don't get it. I don't know. Oh, one sec. Fly casual. Fly casual. Was intrigued by Oscar Isaac voicing Poe. Oh man. Multi-Dean, thank you so much. Game Station 3, it looks like the dislikes are outnumbering the likes on Star Wars Resistance trailer. See, I don't get people's instant, like, dislike of things, right? You see a trailer, I don't know. It feels kind of like a fly. When I think of, like, Leia calling Han a flyboy, that Resistance show kind of reminds me of just, I don't know, young pilots, hotshot pilots. In that sense, I think it looks pretty fun. I don't see. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a bunch of people are just descending on a trailer and disliking it. That has been the case for a lot of things. Not just Star Wars, you know, just people piling on the dislike button. But that's interesting. I don't really give a shit. Neither should you, GameStation 3. You just kind of shake your head and go, what? Okay. I don't know. It's weird, man. I appreciate that channel support, though, GameStation. Oh, did I just go through the wall? Weird. Multi-D98. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Was intrigued by Oscar Isaac voicing Poe. I'm glad they did that, you know? I'm glad they did that. You know, not that somebody else couldn't have done it as well. How did I not kill that guy? Because, you know, you look at Anakin, it wasn't Hayden Christensen. You look at Obi-Wan, it wasn't Ewan McGregor. So it's kind of neat that they got Poe, or Oscar Isaac for Poe, you know? I appreciate that kind of, I don't know. My guess is that Poe's not going to really be in it that much, you know? Maybe an episode or two at the very beginning, and then the show will go about its way. But yeah, Dean, I appreciate that channel support. What's up, Liam O? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's, yeah, like I said, I don't really, I don't know. It's okay to have things for kids, right? It's okay for shows to be geared towards a certain demographic, right? If you don't like it, I mean, I can't imagine going on a, like a fucking, I don't know, like a Harry Potter, let's say they came out with a Harry Potter animated show. I can't imagine watching it and being pissed that the show was geared towards kids. You know what I mean? And putting a dislike on a video that, if I thought it was for kids, then I would have kind of reasoned that it necessarily wasn't for me. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I remember when Rebels trailer came out and Rebels was first coming out. The reaction was identical. The Clone Wars, I'm sure the reaction was just the same. Star Wars animated show, come on. Come on. I don't know. What's up, Fred? Hey, Liam. Star Wars Resistance looks like it's going to be enjoyable for kids, but any of us looking to draw new information on characters from that era and looking for new worlds aren't going to get what they want. Yeah, I agree. I think it looks kind of silly. It reminds me of, like I said, Titan AE. I think it'll be a fun ride. And the thing is, Dave Filoni was heavily involved with the creation of the show, so it's not like it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just bummed out, like. Emperor Palpatine, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. Give me 1 sec. It's, I don't know, I'm just always like, you would think that, I don't know, people just aren't measured. People just like to pile on. That's the internet. People pile on to things. And, whatever. Fuck them. Let's all just live in our own caves and enjoy what we like, and I don't know. It's not, and what I said in my video even is that it doesn't look like something that I'm really gonna like, but I'm gonna defend it against nonsense, you know? I'm gonna defend it against, like, it's a minute-long trailer. Really? You're just gonna get super pissy about a minute-long trailer? I don't know, man. Weird. Emperor Palpatine, would you like saber clashes in Battlefront 2? Yeah, that would be. Oh, okay. So what I'm thinking of, Emperor, when you say that, are almost like QuickTime events, right? Is that what you're thinking? Are our heads in the same place here? Like where we hit the same button at the same time and then lightsabers clash and then it brings up a quick time event and we have to like mash buttons and stuff like that. Almost like The Force Unleashed. That would be neat, actually. That would be pretty neat. Or are you talking about just lightsabers hitting and then making a big boom? That would be neat too. I don't know if QuickTime events, if that's what you're talking about, really have a place. Oh, QuickTime events? Okay, yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know if it really has a place in multiplayer Battlefront, right? Because it's so fast-paced. It's so, yeah, it's so fast-paced and, what would happen? Like, you would trigger the QuickTime event, and then what? Like, everybody around you would not be able to shoot you, or would still be able to shoot you, and everybody would be able to pile on, and you would be kind of stuck in this QuickTime event. I don't know. So no, I would not want that to be in this game. The game is a little too fast-paced for that, I think. But maybe in like a heroes versus villains mode where you can go into some kind of like one-on-one mode when you get into these duels, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of neat, but just cooler animations instead of the same block. Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, I mean, like, if two players kind of swing at the same time, that would be kind of neat, right? Instead of just hacking and slashing. And even not necessarily needing to use the block, if that makes sense. But if you, like, if you click at the same identical time, then you guys connect lightsabers, and it almost acts as a block. You know what I mean? That would be kind of interesting. Saber clashes in the last game were cool. Would be cool to see Maul and Yoda clash and stuff. Yeah. Thank you for your service. Hype for episode 9. Steven says. Well, thanks, man. Jay Feldy. Definitely episode 9, more so than season 7. Just because, you know, I'm always going to be more excited for the Star Wars films than shows or games and stuff like that. Just because for me, Star Wars has always been a big movie theater experience with a big tub of popcorn, and that's kind of what I see Star Wars as, you know. That's not to say that I'm not excited for season 7, you know.
The animation looks too cheap.
GameStation 3, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. They think the animation looks too cheap. It looks like Borderlands. It looks like a Scanner Darkly. It looks like Titan AE. It looks like, I mean, I don't understand that. It's cheap or stylized in a style that they dislike. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't think it looks cheap. I think it looks... Steel Sonder... Oh, one sec.
Have you been in Denmark?
Omega Lol, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Give me one sec, man. Game Station 3. Yeah, it reminds me of, like I said, that comics book that guy, Joe Catapano, I mentioned in my most recent video. I stumbled upon him live streaming his comic book. Like, he's drawing his comic book on the computer. And it looks like that style. It reminds me of F-Zero. It reminds me of Star Fox. It reminds me of a very just kind of cel-shaded animation. I don't think it looks cheap at all. See, when people say it looks cheap, that means nothing. That phrase, "it looks cheap," has no weight behind it. If somebody like fully explains that they don't like that animation style, that's 100% fine. You know, you don't have to like anime. There's animation styles that I don't really like, right? But they don't look cheap to me. I don't even know what that fucking means. You know what I mean? But that being said, I dig the animation style. I've never watched any anime, so maybe people are upset that it's kind of like anime style, and that I've never really watched any anime other than like the Animatrix. So yeah, I don't know. It looks cheap. That's easy to say, but it has no meaning. It has no meaning. Oh, it looks cheap. Okay. All right. It's fucking weird. Omega Lol. I love your videos, by the way. Have you been in Denmark? No, I've never. Well, first of all, thank you so much for the kind words and tuning in to my silly section of the internet. No, I've never been to Denmark. Never been to Denmark. I've always wanted to go up there. That would just be like, you know, I've always wanted to do kind of a train tour across that entire section. I think that would be incredible, you know. That being said, Omega Lol, I probably won't make it up there anytime soon. Me and my wife were talking about that recently. Like, we probably won't go into any, like, do any cool trips or anything like that for years and years and for like 5 years maybe, you know, just because of the newborn daughter. She's 4 months. She's 4 months today. So we'll probably won't do any big trips for a very long time. But that being said, we've both talked about kind of doing a trip over there. Denmark, we want to hit Norway, just all over the place. But yeah. But I appreciate that channel support, Omega Lol, and if I'm ever over there, maybe I'll make an all call. We've actually talked about, you know, we always like going to national parks and stuff like that. That's our big thing. We like going hiking. We've been to a bunch of national parks out west in Utah and Arizona and Nevada. And we've always wanted to go up to Alaska, to Denali National Park up in Alaska. So that's probably going to be our next trip. So.
I don't know.
Don't know when. Oh, one sec. Connor RK, Mr. M98, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. The robot did not read it. You are that silent supporter. I greatly appreciate it, man. And Emperor Palpatine, thank you so much for the channel support and the super chat donation as well. I appreciate it, man. I don't know if you guys meant to type a comment or you didn't, but either way, I appreciate that silent support. Hello, I'm Bindi. Hello, Bindi. My sister just had her first daughter a few weeks ago, so hashtag Uncle Squad. Caleb. Congrats on being the uncle, man. I'm an uncle as well. And a father. Which it still sounds weird coming out of my mouth. I am a dad. It's weird. Do you think New Republic will play a role in Star Wars Episode 9? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think we'll see any kind of government. I don't think so, Simon. Magpie's Nest Productions. Ever been to Australia? First of all, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. No, never had. Never have. That being said, we like to travel. We like to go to a lot of cool places. Australia is without a doubt on the tip top of the spear of our list. Kind of so if I would have stayed in the Navy, one of the biggest places that I would have liked to gone is Australia. Just because, I don't know, it's very intriguing to me, Australia, because there's not many places, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Magpies, but there's not very many places where people live, right? For the most part, the vast majority of the continent is kind of desolate, right? Kind of not populated. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've heard. Oh, give me one sec, Omega Lol. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that kind of intrigues me. You know, that the idea of a vast kind of unpopulated countryside that you can drive around and, I don't know, just kind of neat. But no, I'd love to go. Omega Lol, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. That silent support means the world, man. A lot of Leia's cut scenes from episode 7 were political scenes. I think there will be some political scenes in episode 9. Reddit. Why do you think that? Why do you think there were political scenes? Yeah, I'm very curious what all the unused and cut scenes are, you know? Maybe there were political scenes? I don't know.
Let's fight the rebels. They trapped the area. We will bring security to the galaxy.
Wee, but Omega Lol, thank you. Thanks again, man. I appreciate that. I was really hating on Rebels, and now I'm kind of surprised of my cool reaction to Resistance. I even defended it from other angry guys on Facebook. My young self would kick me in the ass for this. Zaylin. Yeah, it's like, yeah, yeah. It's just kind of like a cyclical thing, where there's this outrage of something new, there's a bunch of people that pile on and dislike it, which is fine, you know, you're allowed to say that looks shitty. I've said that plenty of times for trailers and stuff like that. But It's a cyclical thing, you know. People thought that about Clone Wars, an animated Star Wars show. Fuck that. Boom, it turns out to be great. Star Wars Rebels. Oh, Disney ruining Star Wars. This just looks like Aladdin. This is gonna be a piece of shit. Oh, everybody likes Rebels. You know, and then, I don't know. It's just exhausting, man. That's exhausting. It's like amnesia. Amnesia. Entertainment amnesia. Oh, this looks horrible. Okay. That's what you said the last time and you ended up liking the thing. I don't know. Isn't the Republic gone so it can't be in episode 9? Sea-Line, yeah. But maybe their thought is they're trying to rebuild it. I don't know. That was one of my least favorite aspects of The Force Awakens. The kind of complete... You know, as if it did. I don't think it really needed to be even mentioned, the New Republic. Maybe it's going to serve some purpose for canon books and comics and stuff like that. Political stuff. Or maybe it already has and I'm just not familiar with it. But just kind of the brushing over of the New Republic. That's something I certainly would have kind of maybe talked about a little more. Or not at all, you know what I mean? Maybe just, it hasn't been built yet, and armies are vying for power. It's like a power vacuum, which I guess in a way it is a power vacuum now, right? But yeah. Do you think it's possible for Mace to be Snoke? No, Robster the Lobster. No. Oh, shit.
Clear for grenade.
Woo! No! What? Ba-ba-ba. What's up, AT-AT chat? HelloGreedo, Star Wars has a more 3D cel-shaded than anime. Oh, James. Oh, yeah. I said that earlier in the stream. Yep, cel-shaded animation. Yeah, it reminds me, like I said, of a Scanner Darkly or Titan AE and Borderlands is what it reminds me of, so... Yeah, people are saying it looks cheap at this, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It looks cheap compared to what? Defeat the rebels. We're very close to either losing or winning. I vote winning. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The thunder. A lot of thunder. Boom.
If we can't stop this, we will lose.
Greedo, do you usually play Assault, Jacob? Yep. When the game first came out, you know, Jacob, I tried every single class. I played a lot of Heavy when the game first came out, too. Heavy is, like, primarily what I played for, like, an entire couple weeks, I would say, I think. And then, you know, I just kind of fell in love with Assault. It fits my style of gameplay more, and generally, you know, whenever I play a new game, I have a tendency to play... Oh, one second.
Why casual?
Would you be interested in seeing anthology movie or Ahsoka?
Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, generally, like, you know, I'll play a game and then I'll stick with something and I'll never try another class again. That's just kind of how I do video games. I'm very short-sighted and, like, I don't know. I don't really experiment too much. It's the same thing with, like, Battlefield games. I stick to what I like playing and what I'm good at. I'm not good at anything, actually. We won.
So we have a reason to bring extraction back.
Avenging Archangels, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Give me one sec for these robots to catch up.
Really caused toy sales to plummet.
Game Station 3, interesting question. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. One sec. Magpie's Next Productions. Would you be interested in seeing Darth Maul in an anthology movie or Ahsoka? Probably. Well, you know, for me, and you guys probably know this, but for me, the idea of having anthology films based on characters we are already familiar with, have already seen, you know, doesn't really appeal to me that much. In the case of Ahsoka, I would be a little more intrigued, a little more interested in that, because a live action Ahsoka movie, I don't even know, that would be very interesting to me. You know, a character from an animated show, that would be the first time that would ever happen, right? I'm trying to think of any other instances where an animated character from a Star Wars animated show has made an appearance in a live action in the films. That's never happened, right? I don't think so. Maybe you guys know a little more than I'm. Saul Guerrero. Oh yeah, Saul Guerrero. There you go. There you go. I appreciate that. Reddish data. Bingo. That's true. So yeah, I don't really know what they would do with Ahsoka. It'd be kind of interesting. But for the most part, man, no, I'm not really interested in anthology films kind of characters that we're already familiar with, unless they're really, really different and interesting. Like I said about the potential Obi-Wan anthology movie, you know, a couple streams ago I was talking about that, and if it was like a deep character study where we follow Obi-Wan kind of self-isolated on Tatooine, not really communicating with anybody, going into town occasionally for supplies or whatnot, keeping to himself, almost castaway-like, you know? That would be interesting. But that's probably not what we would get, right? If there was going to be an Obi-Wan movie on Tatooine, he would be battling fucking flying spaceships and, I don't know, big sand monsters, snake monsters would be in the sand like Tremors, and it would just be a big action fest. Yeah, so, long story short, you know, if they made it, of course, I would be interested in stuff like that, but that is definitely not what I want in anthology films, you know. But I appreciate the channel support, man. I would rather have new characters, new stories, new tie-ins, you know. The idea of just rehashing characters that we're already familiar with just doesn't feel very inventive to me, you know. In Star Wars, I always wanted to push the boundaries and give us some new stuff, if that makes sense. Avenging Archangel, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. There we go, boom. I sometimes jokingly think DICE asks Lucasfilm, can you make a movable cargo scene in Solo so we can have a reason to bring Extraction back? I doubt it took place that way, but it's kind of funny. And can you make it so it's super, super slow, and the thing that we're extracting takes 15 goddamn minutes to get out of the front? That's what's funny about these extractions. Extraction is one of my favorite game modes of Avenging, but it's like the thing that you're extracting moves slower than a snail. I kind of wish it was like Hot Potato in a way, you know, kind of like Cargo. I wish it was kind of like Cargo from Battlefront 2015. That would be fun to me. That would be a lot of fun to me. Shit, where are these guys? But yeah. Game Station 3, did TLJ really cause toy sales to plummet? I don't know. I've never looked into it. I've never looked into that. I've even taken Instagram, like, stories of clearance Star Wars stuff. But, you know, oh, shit. It's the same kind of thing, like, toy sale. I mean, Toys R Us closed, right? Toy sales are... KB Toys no longer exists. I was talking to my mom about this recently, and she was kind of bummed out that there's really nowhere left to go to buy toys. She was talking about how, like, me and my sister would go into Toys R Us or KB Toys, and we would, you know, we would look at the toys, and it was fun, and they would pick what we wanted to get them for, or they wanted to get us for Christmas, and it was, you know, it was kind of a fun place where you get to see toys before you buy them, and it was just like an experience. And there's nowhere like that anymore, except for fucking Walmart. So I think it's kind of a case of physical toys are, there's no question that as a market has declined over the years, in the same way that physical, you know, films and physical CD sales have declined over the years. To say that, I don't know. I don't know. That's what's kind of funny to me, Game Station 3, is that I'll watch some of these videos from YouTubers who are like, Star Wars toy sales are down, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the movies, I mean, they're up when the movies come out a little bit, and then they die down. It's like, do you expect there to be just a constant rise in the line graph of Star Wars toy sales throughout the year? Because that's not how sales work. I mean, you have to look at toy sales across the board, and they're all down. You know what I mean? It's very strange. It's very strange how people selectively pick statistics. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Let that be statistics are easily manipulated, even outside of Star Wars YouTuber toy sales statistics. But, yeah, man, it's interesting. It's interesting. And then people, you know, obviously a lot of them are kind of victims of their own ignorance in a way. They don't look further into things. They just see some statistics and then they make a video out of it, you know. Got to be measured. You got to do your due diligence and your research. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other examples. I mean, there's a lot of examples that, I mean, yeah, you could say the same thing, like you know, Marvel movie like DVD copies are down. The Marvel movies suck. Okay. Well, are all DVD sales down? Yes. So, okay. What does that tell you? You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. Yeah. People that give you statistics and research who aren't statistical and analytical and research minded, I don't know if they're the ones that should be feeding everybody the information, you know what I mean? Anyway, they need to make a Star Wars Battle Royale game, Stormy Bricks. I would love, I don't know if that would be something that I would like from a AAA studio like EA, you know, but dude, I would love Battlefront 2 to be completely moddable. And see, that's what really bums me out about EA and Star Wars gaming right now, is that, yeah, I'm a PC gamer, right? I like games that give you freedom to A, create your own maps, B, make your own servers, and mod, right? I've made a shitload of Counter-Strike maps. I used to make Duke Nukem and Doom maps, which was very, I don't know how to describe it. Difficult. But yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. And now, you know, EA and modern Star Wars games, they don't give you that freedom. Yes, there's moddability from a single player standpoint, and if you're caught modding, I guess your Origin account can be banned. But I want that freedom of creation to be alongside these Battlefront games. How incredible would it be if you could host your own game, host your own server, and, you know, you download the Battle Royale Battlefront 2 mod and you upload it to your server, and now boom, somebody made a Battlefront 2, you know, Battlefront, or a Battle Royale Battlefront 2 mod, and you could play it. That'd be incredible. I just don't understand the desire to not have that kind of stuff in your game, you know. I mean, you think of all the games that are still existing like 2 decades later, right? Counter-Strike has been around for like 20 years. I mean, literally 20 years. Team Fortress 2, Day of Defeat, all those kind of games, they still exist. They still have a huge player base because of customization. What's up, Squog? Squog, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I am getting so hungry. God damn. Squaw, good to see you, man. Last super chat before back to college. May the force be with you. Right back at you, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy college while you're in it, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And good luck. Good luck. Don't do what I did. Don't drop out. Stick with it. But I appreciate that channel support, Squawg, and it's good to see you, man. I'm curious. Everybody type in the chat. Are you guys in college? Are you guys not in college? I'm always curious, like, what the age demographics are of you guys watching streams and stuff like that. Very, very curious. Or you could type your ages. How about type your ages if you want to? You don't have to, of course. But I'm very curious. Thanks, Poppy. About to go to college. Graduated from college. Oh, shit. Junior year. Nice. High school. Stormy Bricks. Junior year of high school. High school. I'm in college. 19, 20, 21, 22. Taking a break. University. 15, 17, 28. Fred. 18, 15, 20, 19, 16. 14, 15, 17, 18, 17, 15, 17, 17. Thinking about joining the Navy, actually. Nice, man. 27, 87. Johnny, 87. Well, welcome to the live stream, man. 20, 24, 19. Nice. You know, pretty much around the same, you know, it's pretty... Not too crazily all over the place. It's kind of interesting to see. Interesting. 14, 20, 19 dead. Alex P's dead. 46. I'm 32, so I'm on the higher end of all you guys, except for Zepp over there, who's 46. Sperm. CNS's Sperm. Are you allowed to be watching this, Sperm? In college, but it's such a chore. My degree is all I'm going for. 21. Yeah, I mean, it is a chore. It is a chore, right? But once you're done with it, and then I don't know. You got that something about having just being an adult with that freedom. But then you'll miss college. I guarantee you'll miss college, man. I guarantee it. Working at Arby's. I want Arby's right now. Gonna be first time in college, nervous but excited. Jacob, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm excited for you guys. I guess it's just about your semester or your school just now started up, or is gonna be starting up, right? How does one look at the chat and at the game time at the same time do so well? Stormy Bricks. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, like how do I play and look at the chat? Well, the thing, Stormy, is like I'll look over at the chat and read one thing at random. I'll just look over and the first thing that my eye hits, I'll read it and then I'll talk, usually until I die, and then I'll look over again and I'll read another thing and then I'll respawn and I'll talk. So it's kind of neat. OG Star Wars fan, watched Star Wars in the theater at 6 years old. That's badass, man. It's badass. I'm 900. Look as good. You do not. Going into high school next Wednesday. So excited and scared. You'll be good. You'll be good, man. Everybody's excited and scared. So people are just people. Don't worry about it. You'll have fun. Trust me. You'll have fun. Are you annoyed by the lack of Star Wars games? Around the time the prequels were released, we were getting great games. James. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're curious, I did a pretty long video about my disappointment with the lack of Star Wars games. I think it's just called, like... If you Google HelloGreedo Star Wars games, you'll probably see... I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's, like... Where are all the Star Wars games? But, yeah. I basically break it down by, like, decade or every 5 years, I think. And we are in a huge drought when it comes to Star Wars games. And yeah, it's a big bummer. I don't know who's to blame. Is it growing pains with Disney owning the franchise and having EA, you know, have the exclusive Star Wars gaming rights? Is it just growing pains, natural growing pains of acquiring this huge property? And you don't really know what to do with it, right? Or is it Disney being a little too restrictive of what can be made because you know, everything that EA does has to be combed over by Disney and approved, no matter how small the change is. Or is it EA? You know, I don't know. Is it just a culmination of all of that? Which I have a feeling that's the case. I mean, just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Really curious. But yeah, man, I'm pretty bummed out that we haven't got more Star Wars games. If you would have told me back in 2012 when Disney acquired the franchise, and then if you would have told me that we would only have really like Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2015, Battlefront 2, and some mobile games, I would have said that's bullshit. I would have said that you're lying. They're gonna milk the shit out of these games. They're gonna make a ton of games, and then what? 2012 to 2018, 6 years later. That's it. And yeah, they're working on stuff. Obviously, they're working on stuff, which is awesome. But I'm just very, very surprised that there really hasn't been that much, you know? Very, very surprising. It's 100% EA. So how do you know? See? How can you say it's 100% EA when nobody knows? Like, oh, I fucking hate the internet. Lego Force... Oh, yeah, that's true. Lego Force Awakens came out. Yep. But yeah, you look at in the past. Watch. I break it down. I can't remember exactly what the numbers are, but I broke it down to where we were getting like a bunch of Star Wars games every few, like 5 years or so. A good number of them. A good number of them. And we are no doubt in a drought right now. So a lot of games before Disney were trash ball. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. That's the thing. Yeah. Absolutely. Don't want it to be a case of quantity over quality, right? That being said, I'm still surprised. You would think that they would just be milking the hell out of it. Don't stick... What's up, Kanye de Westeros? Don't stick the game to canon so developer can do more creatively without restricted. Look at Lord of the Rings or superhero games. Yep, been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it, Miguel? What movie? Yeah, I don't understand the need to, or the desire to have Star Wars games just... See me, I can separate the canon versus the... you know, a video game. My video games don't need to be hamstrung or fed into canon. If I want a video game where I'm Luke Skywalker and I'm on Tatooine just slaughtering Tusken Raiders, I want that game. Not every video game needs to adhere to the canon. I think it's just kind of like if that's the case, they don't. If that's why they haven't been like pushing Star Wars games out. Is, you know, if that's why, like, they don't really know where the stories are going to go, they're still trying to hammer down canon and stuff like that, that's silly. That's silly. Not everything needs, you know, we can have video games that are just fun that don't fit into the broader narrative. I think so. I mean, some people are like, you know, strict canon heads, but for me, sometimes I just want a video game, you know? I don't know. Have you ever played co-op Battlefront with somebody? No, I never have, Zaylen. Never have. I've only played arcade, like on the couch with my nephew. But it wasn't co-op. We weren't fighting bots. We were fighting against one another. So, no. A lot of indie devs should make Star Wars games for Disney, Emperor Palpatine. I agree. I agree. Like, mine that... ingenuity and that yeah, like there's a lot of innovation happening in independent developer, like, you know, making games nowadays, and it's just kind of, that guy should have been dead. You guys saw that. Yeah, that's really where the innovation's coming in, right? The independent developers. So, you know, that's kind of like, that would be incredible if they allowed, or like even EA allowed, I don't know what the legalities are. You know, obviously I don't want to speak out of turn and out my ass because I don't know how the, you know, the legalities of owning a property go. But it'd be incredible if they got like smaller studios to make like a real-time strategy game, right? Hire a small studio to make a fun PC real-time strategy game. That'd be incredible. I don't know, it's just, yeah. The more I think about it, the more I'm just bummed out. Like, I love video games. I like Star Wars. And we all grew up with Star Wars video games. At an abundance. And, yeah, I want more. I know this isn't related to the topic, but what kind of monitor do you have? Stormy Bricks. I have 2 monitors, and they're nothing special. I bought them on sale. The one that I'm on my left, that's not my primarily the monitor on my left, that is not my primary monitor, is a Samsung, and I believe it is a 23-inch. And it's old. I've probably had it for... I'm trying to think. I mean, I might have had this monitor for like 8 years, maybe. And then my primary one that's right in front of me is an AOC. It's just like, I mean, it's a 1080p monitor. It's not the best. It's like a 60 hertz refresh rate. It's nothing special. And I bought it maybe 5 years ago when it was on Black Friday. So, yeah. Yeah, that's something I've always... that's like my next big purchase. Our monitors. I'd like to get 3 matching monitors, but that is just way too expensive, you know. Way too expensive. But if not 3 matching monitors, I'd at least like to get a nice 27-inch monitor, which is my main monitor right now is 27 inches, but I'd like to get a 27-inch monitor that's 144 refresh rate. Isn't that the... And then 4K, you know? I'd like to get something like that.
After TanaCon, we should do a GreedoCon. And then basically just do a massive LAN party on the F2.
Sorry for drinking on microphone, guys. Ian Sheedy, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. After TanaCon, I'm thinking we should do a con for GreedoCon, and then basically just do a massive LAN party of OG Battlefront 2. That sounds awesome. That's hilarious, man. Like, I didn't know what TanaCon was until... Well, I mean, PewDiePie made a video about TanaCon, right? Yeah. Which, if you guys don't know the story, and I don't really know the story, I just know what PewDiePie posted, and I have a vague familiarity with what happened. This YouTuber who I'd never heard of before PewDiePie made his video, put on, I guess her name is Tana, and put on a con called TanaCon, where she was going to come out. I don't know. It was a disaster. People spent hundreds of dollars and got nothing. It was yeah. I don't know. But, it was really kind of, like, gross to see, just people taking advantage of, or this, you know, she was taking advantage of, I don't know, it was weird, super weird to see, but, I don't know, Ian, that sounds awesome. I don't know if that would ever happen. We could meet up at Star Wars Celebration in the future, or a convention at some point. I'm sure that will happen one day, right? One day. Probably not this celebration coming up, because I'm probably not going to end up going. I got a wedding, like, 2 weeks before Star Wars Celebration 2019, and then my daughter's birthday is like the day after Celebration. But oh, one sec.
Star Wars games are very expensive to make and get returns from. Between retail and Disney money.
Yeah. Avenging Archangel, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But Ian, if we did a convention, how would a GreedoCon, how would a HelloGreedo work? So, I would want it to have, I would want it to be catered by Mojo's Barbecue. I would want barbecue. That would be the only food vendor. Big giant racks of ribs and pulled pork. And I would also want all the Jacksonville breweries to be there. So I would want a room for OG Battlefront 2 landing, sponsored by, I don't know who. Razor? I don't know. And then another room would be devoted to playing cards. Not Star Wars card games, but just hanging out and shooting the shit and playing cards. And drinking beers. 21 and up. And then the next one would probably... The next room would be... I don't know. Maybe just a movie room where the Star Wars movies are just on repeat over and over again. I don't know. And then we would have panels, right? I would want Steele Saunders to be there. I would want Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained to be there. I would want Elliot from Battlefront Updates. I would want Eckert's Ladder. I would want Dash Star. I would want anybody that I've never met who hates the new Star Wars. I would want them to be there too, so we could all have a chit chat. I don't know, dude. What a dream. What a dream. What a dream. But actually, it's kind of funny. Star Wars Celebration, you know, 2018 did not happen. There was no celebration. But I had talked about, I jokingly said we should all get a campsite and have the Star Wars Grillabration, and everybody just bring their grill. Star Wars Grillabration 2018, and everybody just grill their favorite meats. But yeah, I appreciate that. It's good to see you, man. And Avenging Archangel, Star Wars games are very, are very expensive to make and get returns from. Oh, one sec.
Fly casual. Fly casual.
On the Jags upcoming season.
One sec. Let me kill that guy. Squog, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. Let me let the robots catch up. Jumping, mashing spacebar.
Fly casual. Fly casual.
How did that? Damn.
Will make Star Wars forever where they are now.
Yeah.
Best not to repeat history.
Avenging Archangel, thank you so much. Give me one sec. Oh, well, you said Star Wars games are very expensive to make and get returns from. Between retail and Disney's big cut, these games gotta sell big or EA loses money. Yeah, I think, I'd be very surprised if in the next, 10 years, physical copies of, Xbox and console games are about as, are as rare as, PC games physical copies are now. Like, you walk into, Walmart or Target, it's kind of dismal, and I feel like it's all World of Warcraft and StarCraft boxes that have been there probably for 6 years. Yeah, I don't really know how the expenses work. Does EA have to... I don't know. I really have no idea how it works, In my dumb brain, in my very, very dumb brain, I just think I'm just going to hang out with you guys for the next 7 minutes. How about that? I can't concentrate. Play the game. In my dumb brain, I think, oh, Star Wars games sell themselves. Why don't you hire, a smaller independent company or developer to make a really cool, cheap RTS game that they're proud of and just give them time to make it. It'll be a cheap game, low risk, high reward. That's kind of my brain works. I think of even see, I know it has nothing to do with what I'm thinking of, but I think of almost low risk, high reward real estate or investing and stuff like that. But I know that's not kind of the same model as making games. But yeah, I don't know. Between retail, Disney's cut, these games got to sell big. You're right. And I would be very surprised, like I said, that if digital wasn't the #1 primary thing in the future for gaming. It's going that way. It's kind of funny. I tweeted out a picture of, or me complaining about something. I can't remember, but it was me complaining about having to get up. It was so stupid. Having to get up and put in a new disc to want to play a different game. I said, why can't I just have a code that it links to my Xbox, whatever. And then people were 99% of the people were saying just buy it digitally. And I was like, wow. That's without a doubt the #1 way people are playing games now, which is kind of neat. I do that with PC games, so I haven't really gotten there yet with Xbox console games, but yeah. But Squawg, thoughts on Jag's upcoming season? I used to pay attention to all that stuff a lot, and I mean probably a little too much. But within the past couple years, I haven't really been paying attention to anything during the off season or anything outside of just watching a game. That being said, I'm really optimistic. You know, we were one game away from the Super Bowl last season. We should have won that game against the Pats. If anybody watched that, if you guys watched that, no question we should have won that. We made some stupid ass errors. I say we, right? As if I have any kind of control over it. But no, I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful, Squawk, and I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna make the. I think we're gonna do as well, you know, as we did last season. Got a young team. Blake Bortles is a fun quarterback to watch. He gets a lot of shit around here, but he's scrappy and it's fun to watch. But yeah, I appreciate that, Squawk. I used to have Jag season tickets. Haven't had them in like 4 or 5 years, 6 years maybe now. Maybe I'll end up getting them in a couple seasons, you know. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate that support. Avenging Archangel continued. It's also about saturation. LucasArts thought they would make Star Wars games forever, and look where they are now. Best not to repeat history. Yeah, would people complain about saturation with Star Wars games, though? They never did in the past. That's the thing. I don't know. Will Star Wars ever get sold again? I don't think so. I think it's set. I don't think it ever will, you know. See, for me, yeah, like, did you guys ever think that, or did you guys ever feel like the Star Wars gaming, I don't know, spectrum was oversaturated ever? I never did. That being said, you know, I missed out on playing a lot of Star Wars games back in the day. Like Republic Commando, I didn't play it back in the day. Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2, I played a decent amount, but when they came out, I was like deep in Counter-Strike Data Feed. I was making my own maps, hosting my own servers. So despite Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 being Star Wars games, me looking forward to playing them, I didn't really play them that often, as much as you might think. And Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2, I never really played them back then. I owned Force Unleashed 1, I believe, but I never, you know, I know I borrowed it from a guy in the Navy. I remember that. I remember him. Yeah. His name was Maximilian. Interesting. But I remember playing it now. But I know I didn't beat it. But yeah, there's like a whole lot of Star Wars games that I never played. But I never really felt like it was saturated, you know? I don't know. Bounty Hunter was a badass game, so was Knights of the Old Republic. Bootylicious Bandit. Yeah, Bounty Hunter is one that I never played as well. Knights of the Old Republic, I know I had it on the PC. I know I had the box. But I know I didn't beat it. It's one of those kind of games that I probably played for, you know, a few hours and I never touched again. I have a bad habit of doing that with RPGs. Is Bounty Hunter on Steam? If Bounty Hunter's on Steam, or if it is, maybe I'll buy it and I'll play it. That'd be a fun one to stream. Even though I know nothing about it. Is it a single player game? I literally know nothing about this game. Is it a first person game? I had no idea. Oh, it's not? What about the Kyle Katarn games? Illinois. The only one that I ever played was the original Dark Forces. Single player. Oh, it's not on Steam? That's a bummer. So, is it on GOG? Like, what does that stand for? Great Old Games? Probably not. What does GOG stand for? GOG. Doesn't even say what it stands for? Good Old Game. Oh, I was close. Good Old Games. I said Great Old Games. Interesting. I was close. Is it on there? Let's see where I can buy it. If that's the case, man, maybe I'll go ahead and buy it. Bounty Hunter Star Wars game. Star Wars Bounty Hunter came out in 2002. Amazon, PlayStation 2. Is it even available on the PC? I am just running my mouth as if I can even fucking play this game. It's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and GameCube. It's not even for the PC? Wow, it never came out for the PC. I guarantee I'm going to minimize this, and you guys are saying in the chat, it's not out for the PC. Console exclusive. Yep, you can emulate it on PC. Okay. Can you hear my daughter crying? I got to get going. All right, maybe I'll do that next time. How about that? Maybe I'll find out how to do an emulator and play it. But all right, guys, I got to get going. Got to order some food and get ready for the weekend. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out. Let me run down the list. Avenging Archangel, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Squawk, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Ian Cheaty, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Game Station 3, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Omega Lol, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Emperor Palpatine, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Connor RK800, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Multi D98, thank you for the super chat in the channel support. Grand Shock Trooper, oh, that's from yesterday. Nice. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I have a video scheduled to upload tomorrow. I think at it's either noon or 4. I switched the time, and I can't remember if I switched it to noon or to 4. So it'll be a surprise. And I will probably stream on Sunday. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, keep kicking ass, and I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.